Still reeling from the death of which we still have not seen her revived, which seems to imply that yes, this is unfortunately permanent. And right now, I just want to strangle all the haters who just keep saying that and that and that. Because there's just so many people that are complaining about many different things when I am just saying, well, now she died and she's not brought back in one chapter. Normally that happens. So why are you complaining about that? It's just that there was some people who were complaining about two different things here. And I'm just slapping my face and saying that of course it is like that. The first they were complaining about is that they're saying that Justice is being an idiot, or the fact that he should really just focusing his all. And I'm just saying, of course he is an idiot. I'm not saying the fact that Elsie has always been in the right, but Elsie's words for me holds more weight in than Justice does. And I'm not saying that because she is a quote unquote Ersa Crone. I'm saying that because there has been some very strong implications that Justice is a hypocrite in some cases. And also, the second thing people are complaining about is that they are saying there was another Acnologia or God Serena reference. And I'm just saying, who the hell cares? Let go of that already. So, hi for those who are listening. Yes, this is a long intro to the Eden Zero chapter 168, and I am the Angry and Offended Despair reviewer, although I mostly just review Eden Zero. Now on to the chapter. Justice is having a prayer council, confirming for us for the last time that yes, Jaguar is dead, as well as many other soldiers that we are nameless of it all. Cure, the seemingly robot-looking interstellar, speaks here, as does Thither, the only other girl in the council, who, judging from Holy's little sarcastic-like comment, she's always been the one who being a little bit more out there. It's very, very, very rare for Feather to even talk. Granted, she was always listening and had her eyes closed. In this shot, actually, her eyes open. Holy even says that Eraser is the more talkative of everyone, but Eraser is recovering from the battle and is still being quiet. But I don't really trust Holy. It's just something about her words that just sounds very ominous, especially since she is teasing Eraser with the fact that Eraser saying he has got back from that battle and all those wipes out cut me some slack. And she just says, don't you mean they were erased? I mean, since his ether gear is erasing. And we also see a little close-up seemingly on Feather's eyes. The strange thing is that when she opens her eyes, they look relatively normal. But when she pulls up the photo of Elsie, which we see in this chapter, her eyes are strangely different. The eyes seems to be an insignia of some sign. How can I describe it? Like 4 different dots of it all. It's unknown if that implies that Feather is an android, if she has some kind of lens that activated a photo, or something else entirely. Also, this chapter also seems to imply, once again, another question that Elsie, yes, she's an Orasian, says Galactica, but she's not necessarily a bad person. Don't get me wrong, the Interstellar do not sorry. The Interstellar do consider her a threat, but unlike the other 4, which yes, we found other 3, I mean. And yes, we finally got the name of the rest of the 3. Apparently they consider Elsie to be powerful, but not a very strong threat. And it's also a sign of just this unstable nature here, because Eraser is saying, like they said 1,000,000 times, which implies that yes, they do consider her dangerous, but they don't consider her immensely dangerous. They consider her powerful. But she, unlike the other, causes no damage, almost no damage to the citizens, implying that yes, while Elsie is a pirate and has robbed many things, she has not been taking innocent lives like that common. unlike many other people have. And Eraser considered the other three a problem. And so we finally get the name of the last three. We do not see their full picture, we only see the silhouettes. Have I ever told you how much I hate silhouettes? It just shows us the picture of them already. Either way, the other three are Dead End Crow, the Titan of Eternal Darkness, which is a moniker, Archbishop Saint Firefox, and here is and finally a name which caused a lot of people to rage and me to just get angry at them. And God Aknoela, the Mother of Dragons. Yes, a lot of people got the connection of Acnologia and God Serena from that name, and I'm just saying, oh, let that go already! He wasn't that bad of an antagonist. God Serena was just arrogant. But it's nice confirmation that yes, the dragons does have a mother of some sort. And even more nice is the fact that Archbishop Saint Fire, that implies that an antagonist actually will have a religious role. Hell, do you even think it will have a religious role connected to Mother or someone else? Because Archbishop is wielding a scepter. Wouldn't it be kind of fitting if that scepter is a relic similar to the Empire Dies? Or maybe this Archbishop is actually worshipping someone else that is not Mother. The third one, of course, Dead End Crow, the Titan of Eternal Darkness. He has a halo not unlike that of God Serena, but also seems to have a cloak and have a beard. Something tells me he looks very bad of it all. Given the fact we see a picture of Holy when we see that picture, this seems to imply that Holy may actually have a personal grudge against that crow. In fact, I'm beginning to wonder, is it possible that all of them Galactica each have a personal beef with a personal, well, Galactica? Granted, we saw nothing of that of Drakenio, so that actually may not be the case. But it may very well be that some Interstellar have some other goals of it all. Either way, the council ends and Justice meets up again with Victory, who is, once again drinking milk. Seems to be his favorite food. He has been listening in the conversation, which Justice do not appreciate, but Victory do not care. And here he surprisingly shows a very strong amount of insight. I always thought that Credo were the one that was always more insight. Now he is dead, but this shows that he is also a little bit more insightful than others. Because he is actually pointing out that Justice never once brought up who actually killed Nero. It seems to imply that he actually took the credit. No, or just ignored the fact. It's very, very strange. Why didn't Justice bring up Siggy? Because Siggy is a legitimate threat. It also implies that Jaguar was so powerful that Victory knows that Nero and Siggy must have teamed up to destroy Jaguar. Why didn't Justice bring up Siggy? Either because he's an extremely big idiot, or he's an extremely arrogant, thinking that, he has said it before, he doesn't really care about Nero or Siggy. All he cares about is destroying Elsie. So again, this just shows that Justice, powerful it may be, is not so clear-minded as at all. That Victory, who has actually been the one who's shown some concern to Siggy, bringing that up is actually good of it all. We also see, he also brings up Creed of what happened here. And yes, he did indeed blame the Eden Zero crew for his death. But then they sent the pod of Creed's body, and Elsie panicked, so he actually went to check on it, and saw that they actually had written in the history on who killed Creed. And being the dirty coward that he is, the scum that he truly are, he eliminated that history and blamed it all on Eden Zero. Yeah, Credo is an extremely big coward and someone else of it all. So, but Victory is still strange of it all. He doesn't really believe that... why would they send back Creed's body if they really killed him? The fact that Justice saying they wanted to make an example of them just further just shows that it's Justice who is the messed up one. He really just believes one side of a story. He never questions anything else. He just shows that his warped sense of justice is misguided. The fact that Victor is saying that doesn't make sense. Why would you want to make an example? You want to keep people always in a state of fear. It's better to kill them violently. But Creed died from a gunshot, and he's believing he didn't kill them. But Justice believes that Jeez says that he killed him. So this just shows that he blindly trusts the words of his allies. Yeah, Justice is something of it all. I mean, Justice cares about his allies. That is the one good thing I can say about him. But he is extremely black and white morality of it all. He believes one story, nothing else matters for him. He admired Creed's changing his isolation, but he blames Eden Zero for taking his Creed lives, so he swears with the injustice of it. Jace, being a coward he is, blames it on Homera, saying she was in lead of Elsie and the daughter of Madame Kurenai. So, yeah, it seems that now Justice is gonna pursue it all. Ugh. Jesse, you make me so disgusted. Like, you were a coward to the very end. And Justice, yeah, I don't like you either now. Victory, though, you showed some more insight. I'm impressed. I wonder, though, will that keep on sticking? Because it turns out that it was Homer who wanted to send Creed's body back, because after all, Witch said everyone on the ship is family. We also see Goodwin back the chapter because the gang are actually in Sandra, the rebel planet, and the Rebecca is resting after overusing her power of it all. And everyone has lost friends, so now they're just going to do a send-off for everyone who joined the Stars. It's a very touching and emotional scene when they're saying that here in the Our Cosmos, when someone dies, they believe they were sent home to the Sea of the Stars. So they lined a special floating candle that represents their life and sent it up in the sky, which is also a Japanese tradition that they do during a certain holiday. And so they lit up the sky, each one showing all the different lives that have been lost in this war. It is a very, very emotional scene, and literally just shows just how many lives were lost in this war. As tears keeps falling from everyone's eyes, we even see Laguna shedding a tear, which Wise notices but says nothing. Finally, thinking back again on Witch, the mother of Eden Zero, Shiki makes a sad smile but doesn't cry, as it says we will never forget you. You will always be in our heart, implying that he will move on from the pain, but he will still live with the pain. I still have not accepted Witch's death, and I really hope she can be brought back to life one day. But for now, yes, she is dead, and it's a very sad situation. So yes, a very big info dump of it all. We got the rest of the Russians as Galactica. The implications of they will be the rest of the antagonists, these arcs. But Justice will be also an antagonist, especially with his blind sense of justice. Yeah, his justice is dumb. I'm currently following that. I don't know what Elsie did in the Kaede Cosmos. Maybe it was not so good guidance as it thought it was be. But so far I'm actually with her. And I'm not saying that because she is an Ersa clone. I'm saying that because Justice's sense of justice is truly black and white, or blue and orange. He believes one thing, and that is it. He cares about his allies, yes, and yes, he seems to care about innocent allies, but he will just believe one thing of it all, and then he will just insert justice on it all. That implies that whatever happened in the Kaede Cosmos, he saw one side, and he only believes in that, meaning that whoever caused that war, whatever it was, Elsie or someone else, He does not blame anyone else other than Elsie for that, even though I'm very likely were someone else also who caused that. So yeah, the other Oratians Galactic are named. Justice and Elsie are douches, Victor well, and we ended the chapter in a bittersweet note as the Aoi Cosmos saga is closing off on this. Which regret, we will never forget you, and I hope you can come back, but for now, you are always in our hearts. What happens next? I have no idea. You give me your thoughts if you have any.